What's up, guys? Chase Oliver here, bringing you another video to my channel. This is my Q&As that I do every Tuesday. Thank you guys for sending in the questions. And if you want your questions answered for the next Q&A, in the description box is how you can do so. If you guys haven't already, go check out my Monday Night Raw review and go check out my Roman Reigns is Great video that I posted on Monday. I thought I did a good job with those videos, and I really want people to hear my thoughts on those. So go check them out if you haven't already. Not only that, tomorrow I'll be posting my NBA video. I was going to post it today, but I'm just too lazy to edit it today. So sorry to all you NBA fans out there. Don't worry, on Wednesday you'll be getting that video. I'll just be 4 games behind that. So pretty much, I'll just be missing the game 1. So, and besides, it's just game 1. There's 7 games in the series. So don't freak out too much, NBA fans. Let's just get started with the questions. World Herald asks, World Herald question number 1. What is Chase Oliver's favorite animal? Well, as you can see, that's sleeping on my bed right there. That's my dog, Biggie. So dogs are my favorite animals. I like dogs a lot. If that's a cop-out answer, then I'm sorry. But if I were to choose just a favorite animal in general, an elephant. I like elephants. They mean a lot. I mean, fuck, if you can barely see on my little shelf right there that I need to clean up, you can see like a little wooden elephant. So I like elephants. I've been wanting to get an elephant tattoo on this arm. So yeah, elephants for sure are my favorite animals, if the dog is the cop-out answer. And his second question asks, what food does Chase Oliver eat at night or eat before he sleeps? I eat fruit. That's what I do. It helps me fill my stomach up because I eat such a light dinner that sometimes I just need something like really sugary in my body, and I need to get my sugars in somehow. So I eat fruit before I go to sleep. That's pretty much it. And it's also very relaxing. Like when I have pineapples before I go to sleep, I sleep like a baby, man. I don't know. Something about pineapples, man. They just react so well to my body. I love it. Sharora Horror asks, thoughts on Drake and Josh? I like that TV show. It was one of the better Nickelodeon TV shows. The only thing that annoyed me was that, like, Megan was, like, freaking, like, some evil mastermind bitch. She was, like, 7 years old, and it made Miranda Cosgrove get her own TV show because of it. And I never really was a big fan of Miranda Cosgrove in the first place. I just didn't think, like, you know, Megan was someone that you should be afraid of or whatever. I did like the dad. I thought the dad was pretty funny. I like the boss at the theater place. I thought she was funny as well. I like Drake and Josh for its time. One of my favorite episodes is when they walked into the classroom and all of a sudden they saw a car there. And they're like, oh, sweet, a car. And it turns out it's the teacher's car. And they had to go through a court. And we find out it was this one girl who wanted to get revenge at Josh for beating her at a science fair project. So I really did like that episode a lot. That's one of my favorite episodes. I think it's like one of the earlier ones. I think it's like one of the first 3 episodes of the whole show. But that's my favorite episode of Drake and Josh in general. So there you go. That's my thoughts on Drake and Josh. And what was the worst experience you had with someone else? Me and this one kid, we got into an altercation over a football and we fought. That's the worst experience I've ever had with someone, is that we punched each other, and that's it. And Lino Gino asked, what do you own today that you had when you were a little kid? Well, Lino Gino, that's a good question, because right here, right now, I got me my wrestling action figures underneath my bed. Look, it's Big Show. He grabs John Cena. Oh, choke slam to John Cena. And of course, we can't be left out without my boy, Randall Keith Orton. Look at Randy Orton. This is pre-tattoo days. Randy Orton looking like this. And wait a minute. Oh my God, there's Jeff Hardy. What's Jeff Hardy doing? Oh, Randy Orton catches him with the RKO. Yeah, so I have my wrestling toys from back in the day. Those are some things that I keep with me, mainly because, you know, I put in a lot of money to collect these damn things. So why should I give them away? I also have a bunch of other toys, but since for this question, it's right by my bed, and obviously you can tell my bed's right by where I film my stuff, so I just grabbed the wrestling toys out there. So yes, I still own my wrestling toys from when I was a kid. I'm a nerd at heart sometimes. And he asked, how do you sleep at night? On your back, your side, or face down? I sleep on my sides, right or left side, it doesn't even matter. I've tried sleeping on my back before, but really, to be honest, it just gets too uncomfortable for me. I always have to sleep on my side. I've been sleeping on my side since I was a little kid. And on my back, on my belly, I've never really done that before. Like, maybe if I'm like crashing on someone's floor, I would sleep on my belly, because I think my belly would be able to be more comfortable than my back. So I'll probably sleep on my belly if I was crashing on someone's floor. Will Ferrell number 1 asked, do you think Attitude Era fans need to let go of the past and move on? Yeah, sometimes I do. I mean, the Attitude Era is like that really hot girlfriend that you had, and a girlfriend that you really love, and, you know, you had a great time with her. It was a great, you know, 4-year span, but then later on, something happened along the way. some bumpy roads happened and you guys broke up and you still have not moved on from that hot girlfriend. You're still thinking about her. You're seeing other girls at the time, like the ruthless aggression era and the PG era, but they don't cut it next to the attitude era girl. That girl, she was the main girl for you, but you still think about her. And really, to be honest, it's just that some wrestling fans, they're stuck in the past, and it's okay if you're stuck in the past. That's totally fine. But yeah, some fans do kind of need to move on. It's like with technology; it keeps on advancing. I mean, what's next? Do people want like? I'm tired of these smartphones with the touchscreen. I don't want to touch shit anymore. I just want a flip phone again. No, why would you want a flip phone again? This fits more comfortably in your pocket. And it's not clunky as hell. This is a good phone, not your damn flip phone. That's what I'm trying to say here is maybe some wrestling fans need to move on. You can like the Attitude Era. I'm not saying hate the Attitude Era, but I hate when all the time it's just like when people talk about wrestling days, it's like, oh, it's never going to be as good as the Attitude Era. It's like, calm down, guys. Let's just move on from the Attitude Era. And number two, do you see the Cesaro winning the Money in the Bank or the Royal Rumble next year? He's a favorite to win the Money in the Bank this year, but I think they're going to give it to someone random like they have done so in the past. As far as Royal Rumble, I would say yes, he's one of the huge favorites to win the Royal Rumble. I would actually say he should win the Royal Rumble instead of the Money in the Bank, in all honesty. Especially with one title now. That Money in the Bank winner barely has any chance of winning the title, if you know what I mean. Roy Poon asked, have you ever had dreams of being chased by someone or chasing someone? If so, who and what was chasing you? Okay, I had a dream. I think I said this in a previous Q&A video, but I'll say it again. There was this one dream where, like, it was back when I was a way little kid. I remember this dream because I still think about this dream. It scared the shit out of me. So I had this one dream that, like, shit was going on at my elementary school, and there's this one kid I knew named Kevin. And Kevin, he got snake arms. Like, his arms were snakes, dude. It was like, it was scary as fuck. And I was running away from him with my life, and that's the only dream I really had where I was being chased by someone. As far as chasing someone down, no, not really. I think I may have had some car chase dreams, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, but I do know, like, that dream, Kevin chasing me down with the snake arms. I think someone that watches my Q&As can remind me if I've told this story before, because I remember someone asked me what was my scariest dream, and I told them that was one of my scariest dreams, because honestly, it was one of my scariest dreams. But yeah, Kevin with snake arms chasing me around my elementary school. That was pretty much my dream where I was being chased at. And detailed reasons, why do you not like Edge, and for what reasons? Why do I need to go in detail? I don't like Edge. I don't like Edge. Okay, first of all, I never got into the guy. That's one thing. If you can't get into someone, how am I going to like him? Anytime I would get into Edge and be like, I like this guy, he would get injured and leave the company. And I always felt that some of his character was like the ultimate opportunist. No, that's not ultimate opportunist shit. Any dumbass would do what he would do. Any person with a brain would say, oh, okay, yeah, I'll plant my seeds with Vicky Guerrero, the GM. Any smart heel would do that. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a great in-ring performer. I'm not taking that away from Edge. He will put circles around me in the ring. But what I'm saying is, his character was barely rated R. The only rated R crap that he did was having sex with Lita Live. And not only that, like I said, the ultimate opportunist crap, most of it was just common sense bullshit. Anyone would cash in the Money in the Bank in a cheap way. I mean, everyone has almost done it besides Rob Van Dam. How does that make Edge the ultimate opportunist when he's the one, when everyone else is doing the same thing that he did with the Money in the Bank? I just never got into Edge. I'm sorry. And I just always think that Edge is always so overrated with people in the wrestling world. Maybe that's why I also don't like him, because everyone overrates him and puts him as one of the top 5 greatest. Yeah, people do. You don't think that. Go look at some lists. And not only that, the fact that he got into the Hall of Fame 1 year after he retired was bullshit to me, man. Don't get me wrong. I think Edge, by the WWE standards and by WWE records of what he did, he is a WWE Hall of Famer. But holy shit, we cannot wait like 5 to 10 years to put this guy in. Dudes like Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior and Jake the Snake and Owen Hart were not in the Hall of Fame when Edge got into the Hall of Fame. You telling me Edge is better than all those dudes? That you think Edge deserves the Hall of Fame spot right then? I mean, he was pretty much a first ballot Hall of Famer. It's like, say for example, let me use a football player that a lot of you guys probably know. Who's a football player y'all know that had a good run, but not really that great. Let me try to find a good example here. I'm trying to really find a football player as an example that he's not deserving the first ballot Hall of Fame, but I'm just gonna say people who are. Let's say it's Steve Smith. I'll just throw Steve Smith out there. It's like if Steve Smith retired and then his first year of eligibility in the Hall of Fame, he gets into the Hall of Fame when there's other guys like an Aaron Rodgers or Peyton Manning or Tom Brady and the rest of goes on, and they just get left out the Hall of Fame, but Steve Smith makes it. Now, I know it's impossible for wide receivers to get first ballot, but I'm just using that as a prime example here. Or let me just say a Phillip Rivers or an Eli. No, Eli actually deserves a first ballot. A Phillip Rivers. Let's say Phillip Rivers makes it in a first ballot over like an Eli or Ben Roethlisberger. You know, that's what I'm trying to get at here. I don't like Edge that much. And I haven't gone into full detail why yet. And if this is not good enough for you, I'm sorry. But I just don't like him. He is someone that I never got into. He was good for what he was. He definitely helped out John Cena's career and Batista's career. He had a great feud with The Undertaker. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not an edgehead, nor will I ever be an edgehead. And if that's a problem to you, I am sorry. But I am allowed to like who I like and hate who I hate. Just like many of you guys hate John Cena out there, I'm not like good mic work trying to force you to like him. Don't force me to like Edge. I will force you to like Randy Orton. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that type of person. I just don't like Edge. I'm sorry. That's it. I'm not going to list a bunch of reasons. I'm not going to make a video why I hate Edge. Just know I'm not an Edge fan. And if you want to go into more detail, Skype Chase Oliver 68. That's where you can go in more detail about Edge with me. Sorry. Kazuyo Mishima asks, thoughts on Man Mountain Rock from WWF in the mid-90s before the Attitude Era? Man, dude, that gimmick was just so random. It's like, ask about Glacier or something, man. Man Mountain Rock? I can't even remember that shit, dude. Man Mountain Rock. Wow, I don't even know what the hell that is. Man. I really do not know who Man Mountain Rock is. I'm sorry, man. I really don't. Like I said, ask about Glacier or something. I know who the fuck Glacier is. Why did you say your vision's fucked up? Explain better, please. My vision's fucked up because I have to wear contacts, and look at what happens when I cross my eyes. I don't know which eye I'm pointing at right now, but you can tell one of them is not crossing because I have a lazy eye. This eye right here is a lazy eye. It does not move whatsoever, and so I have to wear contacts. And sometimes my vision, even with my contacts, is bad, so I have to squint when I read stuff. That's pretty much it. You guys have never seen me with glasses. I don't even think I've done... No, I've done a couple videos with glasses. They're back in the old days. But, yeah, pretty much my vision's fucked up. I can't really see that well. So sometimes during when I'm doing these Q&As, I can't really read the questions, so I have to lean up close to read the questions. That's just the bottom line because my parents had terrible recessive genes. Yeah, it sucks. Final Limits asks, do you find Brie Bella a terrible actress? Yes. She's terrible, man. Just terrible. And do you think that Mason Ryan's whole WWE was a major fail? Yeah, if you look at it, I mean, this guy was supposed to be what? Like the next big brute guy that was supposed to replace Batista and all those other guys. Yeah, he was a fail, man. He did nothing during his time at the company. I think his best run was what? The New Nexus? I mean, other than that, this guy really didn't do anything for the WWE. I mean, it was a fail if you look at it. I mean, hell, I don't think he really did anything. All he was just a Batista lookalike. Once Batista came back, they said, all right, we got to get this guy off the roster. He looks too much like Batista, and mission accomplished. Yeah, it was a fail, because I can't really talk about it right now. Like, that's how bad Mason Ryan's run in the WWE is. I'm trying to think about what the fuck this dude did in the WWE. I'm trying to think with my head, what in the blue fuck did he do to make me say, oh, it wasn't a fail? No, it was a complete failure because I can't think of reasons to defend this idiot. Yeah, it was a fail. Mason Ryan's career was a fail in the WWE. Nintendo Boy Fan 1988 asks, what is your biggest fear in life? My biggest fear in life? Probably becoming an alcoholic. Real shit here. That's my biggest fear in life, mainly because, like, I do love me some liquor. Don't get me wrong. I love drinking. But my biggest fear in life is that maybe one day I'll get too obsessed with it and I become like an alcoholic and all this other crap. You know, I've known people who battle through alcoholism, and I've seen people in alcoholism, and it's just terrible, man. It's just a sad thing. And you know, that's probably one of my biggest fear in life is wasting money on alcohol and, you know, not having a good time drinking, but instead just drinking because I needed to survive or some shit. I think that's one of my biggest fears in life. In all honesty, like, I don't really drink that much. I turned 21. I do drink, but on occasion. Like, I sparingly drink. I drink every once in a while. I don't fucking like every day when I get home from school, oh, time to pour me a shot. Nah. It's like every once in a while. Like, I'll have a beer during a football game or during a basketball game that's really, really good. Like a game 7 or a game 6 or an elimination game. I'll grab myself a beer and pop a cold one. You know, during wrestling pay-per-views, grab me a beer and pop a cold one. If there's a party going on, I drink it there. So, you know, that's probably one of my biggest fears in life. And are there any animals that you're scared of? I talked about snakes, so I'm afraid of fucking snakes. Mongooses, even though mongooses kill snakes, I'm afraid of mongooses. Those things scare the shit out of me. And, alligators? I guess alligators kind of scare me a little bit. So, yeah, those are the animals that I'm afraid of the most. Jal Pipakal asks, what do you think of Deluxe Man's friend, Casual Viewer? He's just a casual viewer. He's cool. He's a fun addition to his channel. And how often do you speak to Deluxe Man? I swear I answered this question before, dog. I like every once in a while, like we'll message stuff. Like he'll be like, "Hey, what was your thoughts on this?" And I'll be like, "Oh, I liked it. What about you?" And then we'll just talk like that. Or like I'll message him like, "Hey, man, did you see that shoot interview?" He'll be like, "Oh no, I haven't." And I'll send him the shoot interview. Like we just talk. We just talk casually. It's just how we do. My question is, how often do you talk to Deluxe Man, Jal Pipakal? Sorry if I butchered your name there. King Romeo asks, what do you think of Umaga beat up Maria on Raw in 2006 and Cena saved her afterwards and AA Todd Grisham? Umaga looked like a beast beating up a little 90-pound woman, didn't he? I mean, in all honesty, that's like, see, I understand, like, WWE's trying to be all PG and not have women get hit, but sometimes when women get hit, man, that's like the ultimate. Like, how many of you guys just wish Daniel Bryan kicked Stephanie in the face? I mean, just reminding me of this segment just reminds me of like, man, wrestling used to be brutal back in the day, and I'm not saying it needs to be brutal all the time, but you gotta at least have some segments like that. And you know, Maria getting hit by Umaga, you know, hey, it showed that Umaga doesn't give a shit who's in his way. He's just gonna beat the crap out of anyone. Woman, male, child, it doesn't matter. He's a fucking monster. Cena doing the A on Grisham, I think it was just because he was angry. And at the time, it was still called the FU, sir. So you can type that. And what did you think of when Kane set JR on fire in 2003? I don't know what's worse. That or Triple H fucking a dead body or Big Show fake chokeslamming Kane off the fucking, what was it called? The steel cage or whatever. What was it that he chokeslammed him off backstage and Kurt Angle was all like this with fake blood like on the ground. Oh god, like that was just terrible, man. Like you had JR get thrown to the ground and the Kane sets him on fire. You know that's not JR sitting there. It's some like freaking fake little thing and JR recording ah. Oh god. Oh man, some bad stuff back in the day. I swear, man. 2003, 2004, not really that good of, not good content. But it was a funny segment. John Kunt asked, "Do you think the next match will Cena beat Bray and blow off this feud will be typical Cena PG bullshit of Cena winning and the kids are no longer brainwashed and they celebrate with Cena in the ring?" You're actually giving WWE too much credit to think the kids will celebrate with Cena in the ring, but everything else, you hit the nail on the head, buddy. And where do you see the Wyatts this time, the year in 2015? Will they still be together, or will they be broken up and jobbers losing to the likes of Santino on main events? Oh, God. I see the Wyatts definitely not broken up yet. Maybe Harper will break off from the Wyatts and they'll find someone new to bring in for Bray Wyatt to control. Maybe you bring in the Ascension. I think Eric Rowan would be gone for the company. He's the guy that's definitely going to be the jobber to Santino on main event. I wouldn't be surprised if he's like Santino's comedy character at the end of the day. Like they just go like, hey, yeah, Rowan, go be with Santino. Wyatt, I think, will still do well, even if he does lose this feud with Cena. I mean, it will infuriate me, but at the end of the day, he's still going to do well. He has the mic skills to be able to put himself over. So it doesn't even matter to the WWE. They're going to dispute this and say, hey, look, Bray Wyatt can do this. We're good. No big deal. Who cares that he lost to Cena? Let's forget about it, because the WWE likes to forget about shit. So I think Wyatt will do well. I think Harper will do well in the mid-card scene. And I think Rowan will be Santino's bitch at the end of the day. That's just my opinion. And also, maybe the Ascension comes join Wyatt. Cornelio Ronell asks, do you think Dolph Ziggler and Sando's career are over and they need to leave the WWE ASAP? Their careers are not over. They're still young guys. And leaving the WWE, what? To go to TNA and get food stamps? To go to Ring of Honor and get paid $300 a show? To go to New Japan Pro Wrestling just to do faction wars? I'd rather stay in WWE and get paid good money and travel across the world pretty much for basically free. The opportunities WWE gives you is so much greater than what TNA or New Japan or ROH could ever give you. So, what, go to Global Force and just drop to Jeff Jarrett? Yeah, that sounds so much better than being in WWE right now. Hell, if anything, I don't give a crap. The WWE is paying the most money when it comes to the wrestling circuit. You're on the big stage. You guys are relatively young still. Stay on the course and stay with the WWE. And who knows, like down the line, you know, there's always those random ass characters that come back that are legends, and you know, people care about them. Like Dolph Ziggler, I could see being that guy, and hell, Sandow, I could see being that guy too. So you know what? They're fine. Don't leave WWE ASAP. They're not winning some matches right now. Who cares? In the long run, you're gonna have money for your family, and that's more important to me than where you're at in your career. Do you think Mark Henry will retire soon and WWE has nothing left for him? He should have retired a long ass time ago. I feel like, you know, 2 years ago he should have retired, or no, a year ago he should have retired after that John Cena match of Money in the Bank. And yes, they have nothing left for him to do. And Leon Pasquality is going to end this Q&A asking, what video game characters do you hate the most and think are a waste of time? It can be as many characters from any game series. Oh, God. This is a really good question, but I can't really answer. Most of the Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts, because they don't really do shit. I mean, they're a waste of time. I don't hate them, but they are a waste of time because they're just kind of there to tell you, oh, yeah, you better go to this planet, man. Mickey Mouse from Kingdom Hearts, he's also the same thing. He's like, oh, yeah, you go do this shit, I'll do this. So those people are kind of waste of time. Not characters I hate, but waste of time. What character do I hate the most, though? Maybe that little thing from Epic Mickey. I forgot his fucking name. Dot. What was Mickey's clone? Dot? Was that his name? Hate that piece of shit. He didn't do anything. He was just trying to fuck up the world. Clone Mario from fucking Super Mario Sunshine. The Water Mario. Fuck that piece of shit. That guy was just as useless all the time. The ghost from Luigi Mansion. That was just ridiculous right there. That girl from Pokemon Coliseum. Bitch, I don't need you to tell me it's a shadow Pokemon, okay? Stop following me around. Get out of my way. I'm trying to do something here. What are you doing? Where the fuck are you at? How the fuck did you get stuck on that mountain? That's what I would say to that girl. I don't know her official name. You get to name her. But the redhead bitch from Pokemon Coliseum, that's a character I hate a lot. And also, fuck you, Pikachu. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Pikachu. Pokemon Yellow is the shit. So, yeah, those are characters I hate. And who is your most like Kingdom Hearts villains? Zigbar. Fucking, I love Zigbar. He freaking, like, breaks the fourth wall, man. He's already telling us about Birth by Sleep when we're in Kingdom Hearts 2 in 2007. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Zigbar knows his shit. I love Zigbar. He's one of my favorites. Axel is one of my favorites. Does Axel count as a villain? I'm pretty sure he does. So, going with Axel. The original, you know, Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, the first boss you face in Kingdom Hearts. I like his quotes and his dialogue. I don't really like Xemnas that much. Don't ask why. He's interesting, but he's just kind of like dull. Sykes is pretty interesting if you played 358 by 2 days. Sykes is a very interesting character. Actually, interesting villain. Xehanort, I like a lot. I think Xehanort's a pretty damn mastermind person, so I like him a lot. Those are my favorite villains in Kingdom Hearts, pretty much. So anyways, guys, thank you guys for the questions. Make sure you guys leave more questions for me. You can do so by the 3 methods down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Show your support of the Q&As. And if you have any questions that interest you, comment down below what you thought of the questions and comment down the question that you thought was the most interesting. I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoy your Tuesday. Biggie says goodbye. Biggie, say goodbye this time. I'll get him to say goodbye to you guys one day. Later. Peace.